Hello all, and welcome to a post-work beer review. It is Cinco de Mayo, so I thought maybe it would be fitting to go and do a beer review tonight. Also too, with a box set, I just kind of want to get through this box set and everything. So yeah, we're going to be doing a beer review tonight. And what is it that we are reviewing? We are going to be reviewing the IPA that came in this new Belgium box set. And this is the Liquid Paradise IPA. And as you can tell from the branding, this is a Voodoo Ranger one. There are so many Voodoo Ranger IPAs. It's like, how do you even discern the difference at this point? I mean, yeah, yeah. Sorry about the lighting. No, that's the other reason why I don't really do these late night ones anymore. So I got this light on up here. It's not directly on me because it's a little bit too harsh, but focus is still bad. This camera goes out of focus. My eyes go out of focus. I'm starting to realize I really do need like reading glasses, especially at night now. Oh, the vagaries of aging, the vagaries of aging. Anyways, this is 7.8 ABV. I am not sure what kind of hops are in this. Let me go and check the website real quickly. Mosaic, Incognito, Azaka, and Cascade hops. So I know Mosaic and Cascade. I don't know those other two. And honestly, unless a hop really stands out, and it's a well-made IPA, I can't really suss out hop varietals that well. So yeah, since my camera wishes to be blurry, let's go and just pour this one out already, shall we? So, a clear yellow-orange. This is like the clearest I've seen an IPA in a very long time. Very nicely carbonated, as you can tell, with a frothy to foamy white head. So it's juicy. I got mango apricot going on here. Just a slight bit of dankness. That mango is quite overripe, I might add. It's definitely a mango that has fallen and hit the ground and is now starting to attract fruit flies. So very fermented kind of smelling fruitiness. So it's not rotten, it's just overripe, I should say. It really is melding with that apricot, though. Or I guess I should say light colored stone fruit. But really, apricot. I mean, it's pretty specifically apricot for me. I don't know why. Slight sweetness, slight floral notes, but again, mostly kind of fruity, juicy notes. Okay, on to the palate now, shall we? Surprisingly dry on the palate, considering how sweet the bouquet was. And at the same time, a fairly restrained bitterness. Definitely, there's a hit of bitterness up front that continues on into the finish. But you also get um, some other notes in there too on the palate, sort of a malty note as well. There is an ever so slight booziness at top note in the finish and into the long finish. But luckily, unlike some of the other entries into the Voodoo Ranger line, this one's not overwhelming. I can kind of overlook it. That fruitiness and kind of herbaceousness. Yeah, there's an herbaceousness that's showing up in the top note too, or in the mids. I mean, yeah, some of those hops that I don't never heard of before, they must be adding some, because it is very much an IPA, but at the same time, it's got some different twists to it. It's different enough that it is interesting to me rather than dull, like many of the Voodoo Ranger and Voodoo Ranger IPAs. Voodoo Ranger IPAs I find are very hit or miss for me. It's either, oh, this is pretty interesting, or this is pretty bad. And that's why I really don't review them all that much. I mean, um, even an interesting IPA like this is kind of like, well, this is still an IPA. It's got too much alcohol and um, too much hops for me. IPAs just kind of aren't my jam as much anymore, which is ironic because like my daily drinker now is Athletic Brewing's like Run Wild IPA, which is a West Coast style IPA but is non-alcoholic, hence my everyday drinker. I have been cutting back. I have been cutting back. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be doing much more of these night ones. I'm really getting tired of this nonsense with my camera here. But yeah, if and honestly, yeah, this is definitely a West Coast style IPA, but it's very restrained on the bitterness. It doesn't become jagged and rough on the palate. So yeah, it's still identifiably an IPA, but it's more gentle. I guess because it lacks really the resiny notes. I mean, yeah, I guess there's still a little bit there, but the fruit, it's kind of um, fruit forward, I should suppose. Even though it's not really having all that much in the way of citrus either. Still, and it's not really, even though I said like overripe mangoes, it's not very much like, like a hazy one where it's super juicy. It still tastes fairly clean. It's not like overly juicy. And yeah, the more I'm kind of like analyzing this, the more it's like, yeah, this is pretty unique. Maybe give this a shot if this is, if you like IPAs and you're looking for something that's a little bit unique, because it didn't hit me like the first time. This is my second can, but it didn't hit me the first time. And now as more and more I'm drinking it, and it's like now it's starting to hit me, and it's like, yeah, this is pretty interesting actually. It's not going to blow you away, but it's different, which is saying a lot in the current craft beer you know field, which is not doing so well. And oh, it's almost 10 minutes, but let me just quickly segue into my thing here. Back when I first started doing reviews, box sets were all over the place. You would get like your four different beers, and one of them would of course be one of the flagships, and another one would of course be like the returning seasonal, and then you would have like the non-returning seasonal and the one-off. And I reviewed quite a few Sam Adams and Sierra Nevada box sets. They didn't really have too many New Belgium beers in Hawaii back in those days. God, I've been doing this over 10 years. Yeah, back in those days. And so, I miss box sets. So that's why when I saw, like, wow, this is a traditional box set. It's not just an IPA box set or a box set of flagships. It is something different. Yes, there is like one flagship in there, but yeah, it's got like twists to it, and it's not all IPAs. That's the other thing, the proliferation of IPAs. The IPA in here, kind of different, kind of unique, worth including in a box set. Kind of wish it wasn't so. Kind of wish it wasn't so oomphy at 7.8, because then yeah, now the Velvet Sledgehammer is starting to come down now. But yeah, this one's also starting to trigger my allergies. That's another reason why I don't really do IPAs all that much anymore. I mean, it gives me serious rhinitis for some reasons. Um, so yeah, if you're looking for a kind of unique West Coast style IPA that has some elements of the more modern IPA styles, definitely give this one a look. It's in the most recent uh, New Belgium box set. Not their IPA box set, but like their general beer box set, which is something I haven't seen for like about 2 to 3 years. I'm glad that Tamura's is carrying it. And yeah, I need to get around to uploading these things, but for some reason, like, I usually upload these after I get done with work on Saturdays and Sundays, but for some reason I've been being held up at work for extended periods during those times. So yeah, maybe I gotta go change my upload schedule or something. And that, folks, is your beer review for this late evening. Cheers.